Hey, welcome back to the 5 Minute Strategist. So, we looked at how your offers are working for you and how they're placed in the market and how we might want to make some tweaks. Now, we want to turn our attention to how the people who have actually already paid us are experiencing those offers as we deliver them. And thinking through this, we're looking for areas where we might want to improve in the second half of the year or areas where we're doing things right that we can double down on. So the type of client feedback we're looking for is that direct line of feedback, where the people who are using and paying for your offers and your services are telling you what they think. And this isn't something revolutionary. You're used to this. You ask them how they find things, you listen to what they say, you get more insight into what they want and what they need and what they prefer and what they don't like. And then you put that into action and hopefully they have a better experience, and that shows in your bottom line. But not all client feedback is valid. What you're looking for is consistency. You're not looking for that one-off troll or pain in the ass client who's telling you they had a terrible experience. You're looking for the recurring theme or the patterns in the data. That's what we're going to pay attention to. That is the kind of feedback that tells you where there's an issue in the system, tells you where something is bottlenecking, where something is chafing, where something is confusing. Or it can show you a piece of the puzzle that seems like the easiest thing in the world for you to do, but they value massively, right? Sometimes it can be hard to spot our own strengths. So if you have multiple clients telling you that they love how one of your team responds to them, you can think through what that might look like in terms of where you place that team member in future. How can you give them a more client-facing role? On the flip side, if your clients are consistently getting confused by a piece of your process, that tells you that you need to simplify it. But again, it only matters if this is happening with multiple people. So you want to filter out all those one-off comments so you can prioritize the feedback that's going to help you make strategic decisions that make a real impact. You cannot please everyone. And if you try, it is going to water down what you do significantly. When we're looking for this kind of specific feedback for people who are in our process, we want to pay attention to the stages of that journey where we're getting the feedback. Is our onboarding a nightmare? Did somebody tell you they felt like they were just kicked out of things at the end? Do people feel like they have to chase for feedback in order to get what they paid for? These are the things that if you improve them, they can have a direct and immediate impact on your clients, on the people who've given you money. We spend a lot of time worrying about marketing to people who haven't given us money. We need to spend just as much time, if not more, worrying about the experience that people who have given us money are having. But we don't just want to look for where we're not doing so great. We also want to look for where they're telling us parts of that process are outstanding. If they tell you that you have the smoothest onboarding they've ever gone through, that becomes marketing for you. So this doesn't have to be this big negative experience. Think of everything as objective. Where are you good? Where are you not so good? How do you improve the not so good? How do you leverage the good? So to start this, you'll want to go and get some feedback from your current clients. You should already hopefully be doing this regularly, but most people aren't. So you're going to want to go and get some. You survey them, you send them a feedback form, you ask them to hop on a 5-minute chat, you can slide into their DMs, whatever works. But the key is to ask an open-ended question so they share more detail than just answering a yes or no question, which doesn't really give you any insight. That's why a lot of people like to do this in an interview style, so that you or somebody else in your place can ask those questions and you can hear the client verbally process through things. But whichever you're doing, open-ended questions are your friend. Then you take all of that data and you look for the patterns. If you're not a data analytics person, if you're not used to working with reams of data and pulling patterns out of them, tools like ChatGPT can make this really easy for you. You can ask them the question and they can interrogate the data for you. Just remember that you want to remove any identifying data from the data set before you give it to ChatGPT. Then once you've got those consistent patterns, then you can prioritize which changes you're going to make first. Don't try to do everything at once because you want to be able to see the impact of the change. So make the changes, keep your clients in the loop so that they can give you more feedback. But also if your clients see you taking their feedback and acting on it, that makes them trust you that much more. That makes them feel committed to your business. And that trust and commitment turns into retained business, but also word of mouth and referrals. And don't forget, while you're figuring out all the things that you want to change and improve, to take that positive feedback that you've got and use that in your marketing. That's going to attract customers who value those same things. So we've made sure that you have offers that align with you. And now we've been talking about how do we tweak your offers to improve the customer experience. So I want you to put one more filter on it. I want you to make sure that any of the changes that you're thinking about making, make it through your core values filter as well. So you don't want to undo all the good work you did making sure your offers work for you by making a bunch of changes that take them out of whack again. So what's the most consistent piece of feedback you've had from your clients regarding your service or offer or delivery? And how can you use that in the second half of the year?